Welcome to the Imaginative Storm Writing Prompt of the Week session. I'm James Nave.
I'm Allegra Houston.
And every Saturday, we gather with a group of writers and we generate a piece of writing and we do it in 10 minutes. And we're going to do the same thing for you right now.
So, this is how we do it. We choose a prompt in advance and we put that prompt up on the screen for 2 minutes. And we ask everyone to write a list of words on a piece of paper, writing by hand. We recommend that you write by hand throughout this session. Writing by hand, hot wires a connection between the imagination and the page that just doesn't happen if you're typing on a computer or, God forbid, on a phone. So get a piece of paper, get a pen, and when we put the prompt up on the screen, we will ask you to generate a list of words for 2 minutes, just words or very short phrases, not joined up writing, a list. And when we put the prompt up today, you'll be a little bit surprised because things didn't work the way we had intended to on Zoom today. So we just went with what happened.
So, when our prompt came up, you may have wondered why a black screen? Well, the reason why it's a black screen is because the prompt that we had chosen, very thoughtfully, of course, we somehow couldn't share on the Zoom call. All we had was a black screen. We thought, ow, panic. And then we realized, the whole group actually realized it. Well, why don't we just go with the black screen and see what happens? So that's what we did. And it actually was really, really interesting because it offered people an opportunity to just bring their entire imaginative process into what they all started to call the nothingness of it. So we might title the art form of the black screen our nothingness. We don't know yet. But what you now have is the list of words, hopefully, that you wrote for your personal list. And what Allegra is going to read, and I hope you're as curious about it as we were when people finished their community list. She's going to read the community list because we go around the Zoom room and take one word or phrase from each person and then create a community list. And then we work with the personal lists and the community list as we develop the piece of writing, which takes 10 minutes. So Allegra is now going to read this mysterious black box community list. I wonder what's going to happen. Allegra,
It's really nice
show us
because
what
it
you.
It functions as a kind of collective imagination, and somebody throws something unexpected into it, and that sort of changes the it puts a whole new flavor into the stew, actually, as somebody said on the call today. So here it is, and you might like to write these words down as you hear them. There is something that happens in the in the mind, in the body when you do that. But also know that we will put this list up again during the 10-minute writing time. So don't worry if you miss something. Here we go. Barred windows. Forgive what? Can't believe your eyes. Wishful thinking. Constipated imagination. The edge of blackness. Expectation failure. The point of disappearance. What is not there? Someone isn't sharing. Nothing is happening. New exhibit at the Met. Melania. Christmas future. Glitch. Not my responsibility. Dysfunctional. First time disaster. Licorice. Best laid plans. Synergy of latitude. Full screen mode. Change direction. I see your heart. End of the road. Too many voices.
So there's our list. Now you have it as well. Here's what's going to happen now. We're going to spend 10 minutes, or you're going to spend 10 minutes generating a piece of writing. And what we tell people on the Saturday call, and if you've tuned into one of these YouTube videos, you've heard us say this before, this is the time to let your imagination take the leaps it desires to take without any restrictions on from your rational mind. So it's a dance between your imagination and your rational mind. And it's linked up writing, it's fanciful writing. It's a time to be as poetically leaping as you feel like you'd like to be, or imaginatively leaping, however you want to look at it.
So that really is, that's the gist of it. There's no point in trying to write well in 10 minutes. The fun of this is letting your imagination surprise you. And if you haven't been using our Imaginative Storm method for long, you'll soon discover that that actually is where the good writing comes from. Just simply from letting your imagination surprise you, letting it, as Nave said, leap and twirl and whirl and write things that don't necessarily make rational sense at all. But then you'll find some other nuggets in there. So your 10 minutes starts now.
So now you have a brand new piece of writing you didn't have before. It never existed in the world. It does exist now. What we'd like for you to do is to do the same thing that we do on our Saturday calls after everybody finishes their writing. We go into Zoom rooms and read our work aloud. So what we would like for you to do is to take this opportunity to read your work aloud. And the reason why is the voice is a very important part of the editing process. It's also quite informative because when you read your messy work, which we encourage you to create by way of using a pen rather than a keyboard, when you read that messy work, you'll see opportunities to vocalize phrasing that you might not have written down, but pops out as you're reading. So if that tends to happen, please stick with it. Let the phrasing come out. We're not married to the text. The text is there to prompt us to even fill out more imaginatively with other senses, especially our voice for this example. So what we'd like for you to do is put us on pause and read the work aloud.
We hope you did that, even if you were in an empty room. It wasn't an empty room, you were in it. So you are your most important audience. When you read aloud, your voice, as Nave said, is an editing tool. It's also a training tool. It helps push you towards the writing that you like best in what you create. The writing that's original and authentic, and that's really true to who you are. So if you aren't used to reading your writing aloud, it's a really great thing to get used to, and you will discover the incredible benefits of having that as a practice.
And with that, we would like to make sure that we invite you to join us on any of our Saturday calls, 12 to noon Eastern time. And we gather
12 to
there. You
1, or
can,
rather,
I'm,
noon to
I'm sorry,
1, 12 to 1.
12 to noon, 12 to noon, 12 to 1. Don't hire me as your timekeeper.
In
And
Nave's defense, I will point out that he is in Manila right now, and it's 3 a.m. as we're making this video for you.
Yeah, so who knows what time it is? It's sometime anywhere in the world. Anyway, if you'd like to join us, we'd love to have you. You can go to imaginativestorm.com, and there you will find the link to our Zoom calls on Saturday. So we would like to have you come to that. We'd also like to have you post on the Circle. Circle's a great place. Allegra, say a little bit more about that.
The Circle is a platform where everyone on our call and people who watch these videos on YouTube can post what they write to the prompts that we've offered. So there is a post for each prompt, and people write, they attach what they wrote in a comment. I feel like this is a week particularly to invite you to go to the Circle, because the writing that I heard in my breakout room anyway was really quite extraordinary to this unusual prompt. And so you can read what other people have written and add your own. It is a criticism-free zone. There is no point in criticizing something that was written in 10 minutes. That's just silly. The only point of working this way, or the main point of working this way, is to push us towards our strengths, not to chastise ourselves for what we think is less good, which we may or may not be correct in that. Anyway, here is how you get to the Circle. Go to imaginativestorm.com, scroll over to the community page, click there, and you will see Imaginative Storm on Circle. Click there, and it will take you down to that bit of the page where it explains the Circle. You can click here in the picture, and you end up at the Circle. It won't look quite like this because I'm logged in and it wants me to do things. It will ask you to make a username and a password. It's also free. And once you've done that, go over here to this navigation on the left. You can explore the rest of it at some point if you like, but prompt of the week is where we're going. And in prompt of the week, you will see with the date every single prompt that we have offered for over 4.5 years. So it's quite an archive. And let's just click on one and show you how this works. So we'll click on this mural. So here you will find the first thing, the credit, then a link to our YouTube. We create a YouTube video for each prompt where we do the timing for you. And then you'll find the Saturday words and the Thursday words, and then you will see what people have posted. And well, this was a week where nobody really replied very much, but you can like what people wrote and you can reply to what they wrote. And if you want, you can upload an audio or a video. See here, Kathleen has commented on Celia's. And you can, here Nave's also uploaded an audio. And then at the very bottom, you will see this. What are your thoughts? And that is where you type in what you wrote and you're done.
So if you like what you wrote, we encourage you to post it on the circle. And if you go to Imaginative Storm, or when you go to imaginativestorm.com, you'll find other resources there as well. Workshops, books, all the material we've developed over the last 5 years. So we really appreciate you tuning in, and we hope you do come back sometime soon.
And please do join us in person on Zoom one of these Saturdays. We'd love to meet you.